The Comedy Grinder. Streaming live worldwide from the First Church of Cannabis. Tonight, Rhett Casteel, Anthony Turner, Homer Shadowheart.
No, but I'm driving through my old neighborhood. You know, I see old stuff. I see some kids there on the corner playing curveball. You don't know what that is, let me explain it to you. Take a basketball, throw it to the opposite curb. Hits just right, it's gonna come right back to you. That's the point. Okay? Vehicle come by, and you do the same thing, where you can call a double or say game or whatever you want to call it. So I know this, so I'm slowing up for the kids. You know, I'll slow up, pull up, I'm like, go on. Shoot the ball. My windows rolled up, so I look like the Stranger Danger mobile trying to get your kids in my car. So, you know, probation officer said, don't go over there no more. So I don't go over there no more. Right?
She's a very sweet cat, but she has that little cat dark side where she can just flip. And so she spends a lot of time in her box. So much so I've taken to calling her Schrodinger. All right, some science, folks. We'll take that. Fuck yeah. But you got to remember, cats are they're very amazing creatures, number one. Very sweet and empathetic things, and very self-reliant. And these things used to be worshipped as gods in Egypt. That's how serious people used to take them. I'm sorry, though. I got to say this. I can't take your god serious if I can overthrow it with a laser pointer or shaking a bag of Friskies. Seems pretty easy.
But I am right now, actually in December of this year, I will be 8 years past the day the doctors thought I was going to die. Don't applaud that. At this point, I'm seriously surviving under protest. Because after 8 years, you've either got a high school dropout living on your couch or you just don't have cancer anymore. So just to prove its point, 2 years ago, they found 2 brand new lumps on my right lung. And people always like to try and compare the size of these, so I'm going to try that. The smaller of the 2 lumps is about 1.5 centimeters, which is the size of my right testicle. The larger is about 4 centimeters, which is the size of my left testicle. That's probably going to want to mention that to the doctor. But I went through 6 weeks of chemo and radiation, and that did as well as we did against the cavalry. But I'm still here. And it becomes really weird when the doctors go from trying to find out what's killing you to trying to find out exactly why you're still alive. So they ask questions like, well, what are you doing, Homer? Did you change your diet? Did you start exercising? Did you cure cancer by any chance? It'd be great to know that. So I finally told him, yep, I've changed my diet. I am now eating nothing but steak, ice cream, and pussy for every meal. And it seems to be working. Just throw this out here. I haven't had dinner yet.
My dad's crazy. My dad's insane. He told me he was in Vietnam, but I've never seen any evidence of that. But I have seen the symptoms. Yeah. I remember I was about 8 years old. I was over his house for the summer, and he woke me up about 3 o'clock in the morning one night. Son, get up. You got to get up right now. Son, I need you to wake up. This is important. I rented some movies that my son needs to see for our heritage. This is important. Wake up. So I'm getting up. I'm like, it's got to be, what, National Geographic? I guess to see some African titties or something. The movie Roots or something. I get just niggas getting whipped. I don't know. What is it? No, it's Scarface. And Bill Cosby's stand-up special. So, of course, I grew up afraid of 3 C's, right? Cocaine, Cubans, and Jell-O pudding.
80% of Australia's koala bear population has chlamydia. Right? Busy little bears. I just wish there had been a Steve Irwin Crocodile Hunter PSA before he had died. I would have loved to tune into Animal Planet as a kid and seen him on there just going, "Good day. I'm Steve Irwin, and I'm here today to talk to you about koala chlamydia. I bet you're all probably wondering just how dangerous is the koala chlamydia. Well, if we look at this chart here, it ranks a solid naughty boy. Nowhere near levels of danger, danger, danger. Now join me next week on my two-part special. What can you do for a roo in didgeridoo's and didgeridon'ts? Join me in 2 weeks when I go diving with stingrays. It's going to be great. Oh, no, mate, no. Because you know I hold a special place for the stingray. Right here in my heart.
When you're in a band, they have these wonderful people that will come up to you after a show and talk to you and be very nice to you. They're called groupies. I don't know if you guys have heard of these people, but they range in variety everywhere from like Lindsay Lohan to like Beyonce hot. And they're all really fun with the right protection. Chuckle Slut's not the same. I have had a transvestite hit on me. I had a woman come back to my hotel room, get completely naked, and just want to cuddle. And I had a woman with absolutely no nipples. Oh, we didn't fuck, no. I mean, that would have been horribly unfair. She had no way to feed a kid. That's wrong. Something I've noticed, I've been doing comedy now for 10 years. And that entire 10 years, not once while I've been on stage has a woman showed me her tits. Fine. Still not going to happen. Whatever. No, it's different in a band. I was in a band for a week and a woman showed me her tits. I mean, it was our drummer's mom, but they were tits. That's all that really mattered.
You know, he invites me over his house. He has like a lawn chair and a bed and a cum-stained blanket. You know, so I go over there and I'm sitting there. I'm like, hey man, I need to get on Facebook. You got Wi-Fi? He's like, yeah, I get free Wi-Fi. I was like, how the hell you get free Wi-Fi? Oh, my neighbors. Oh, okay, your neighbors. So what are you gonna do when your neighbors move? I'm not worried about that, man. I live next door to McDonald's. It's all 24/7, all the times, no problem. It's stupid, you know? I go to the bathroom. He doesn't have any soap or toilet paper or anything in there, but there is a towel hanging out of the toilet. Oh yeah, we living in medieval times in his house. Cheerio, sir, wipe that right off for you. Oh. Okay, that might have been the wrong timeline there.
On the way out there, we were using one of our buddy's GPSs, and he has the Morgan Freeman GPS. Yeah, I don't know if you know what that's like, but it is amazing. The whole way to this place and to gigs and everywhere now, when we go out and travel together, you got God leading you. And he makes puns. It's really weird. Like you go, in a mile and a half, there's a road hazard. Keep an eye out for clear and present danger. And I turned to Anthony Turner, he'll be up here after me, and I was like, is God fucking making puns now? Is the commander-in-chief helping us get to where we need to go? And right before we got to where we needed to go, it stopped. And we felt God had forsaken us. But then all of a sudden it started working right as we got near there, and I just want to be like, you thought your God left.
I miss good 80s metal. There was nothing better. I mean, and there were three specific kinds of metal in the 80s. And there was the stuff that everybody loved, but nobody wanted to admit that they loved, the big hair stuff, which was like Poison and Skid Row and Warrant, those bands. And then there was the thrash bands, which was like Metallica and Anthrax and Slayer. And then you had the epic metal bands. The bands like Queensryche and Ronnie James Dio and Savatage, who is now Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which is really weird. But they had songs that sounded like they came straight out of like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. You know, it was stuff like, the day was long, but now it's done. The tide was low, but now it's high. The water was cool, but now it's warm. The froth makes it so inviting. Mr. Bubble, right Right there in your tub, Mr. Bubble. Like a rainbow of love, Mr. Bubble. Bubble!
I remember he used to have conversations with me as I got grown and older. You know, he felt like he needed to bond with me since he wasn't with me when I was younger too much. So, you know, we'd be talking. I'd be like, Dad, you know, I appreciate you spending some time with me today. You know, I had a good time. You know, it was a good time. You know, son, your mom's ass is so big. I remember back in the day, I used to hit that, and it was, Dad, whoa, what the hell? It's crazy. You know, he's always talking about be a man, son, be a man. Be a man, you know, kick my stroller, be a man, you know. The hell's wrong with you?
There was a woman in Iceland who was wandering around, and she joined a group of people in a search party to help look for a missing woman until she realized it was for her. And when I say realize, I don't mean after a few seconds or minutes. Hours later, she found out they were looking for her. How dumb do you have to be to join in on your own search party? But the second question that raises is, what the hell does that say about the quality of your search party? Tina really found herself that day.
Anybody here believe in ghosts? Oh, good. I know who I'm picking on. Let me ask you this. How much do you believe?
I really believe it's possible.
Okay. Because, like, my ex-wife believed in ghosts so much that she actually thought that Poltergeist, The Conjuring, and Ghostbusters were all documentaries. You that bad?
No.
I didn't think so. Nobody is. We moved into her house. She came downstairs one day, and she goes, I think we're haunted. I said, no, if you heard somebody saying, get out, that was me. She said, no, I was upstairs. I had a plate with 5 hot dogs on it. I looked away for a second. When I looked back, there were only 4. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I said, yeah, who the hell eats 5 hot dogs? Moderation, God.
You ever seen the movie Lord of the Rings? Yeah, The Hobbit, all that. Reminds me of my friends. My so-called friends. You know, just ride in the car with them, catch a flat on the highway. He's got a AAA card in his pocket the whole time. We got to sit there and wait on your mama to come pick us up. Asshole. That movie, Gandalf, makes us walk for miles and miles, for days. And this motherfucker can call eagles at any damn time to pick them up. Asshole. Fucked up my Jordans and shit. My friend.
I read that actor Christopher Walken, when he was a kid, he had run away from home and joined a traveling circus, and he became their lion tamer. I have to know what a lion taming Christopher Walken is like. Can you imagine it? He's just there in the center of the ring, and he's just...
Down, kitty. Look at you. You're here, underneath the big top. What happened to you? You used to be the king of the jungle. The cock of the walk, baby. Perhaps you lost all your courage?
I'm a very cheap individual. I have a cell phone plan that is $40 a month. Unlimited everything, as long as I'm 3 blocks from the store I bought it at. But they offer some really cool things. Like last May, I got a text message that said I could contact my mother anywhere she was via text message for free on Mother's Day. I thought that is pretty amazing because my mom's been dead for 8 years. No, cutting edge of technology. 2 days later, I got a text back. It said, see you soon. I don't remember Mom being this kind of bitch.
I was just getting old now, getting older, 40 now. Wonder if I still got it, if I'm sexy, you know. Like at the gas station, I could be at the gas station. You know, one day just pumping my gas at the gas station. This beautiful woman walks by. She's like, "That's a really nice car." So I go into my, sexy black man voice, right? I'm like, "Thanks." But I'm in the back of my head, I'm really thinking, would she even be talking to me, smiling at me like that, if she knew that I've only been pumping $2.85 in the tank and the car's stolen?
It was the maker of the Pringles can. They took his ashes and they buried him in a Pringles can. That is proof that once you pop, the fun does indeed have to stop at some point. The maker of the Frisbee. They took his remains and they turned him into a fucking Frisbee. It's good to know the kids can still play with Grandpa. Just right after you wrestle him away from the dog.
My last real job, I worked for a foreclosure law firm. My friends gave me shit all the time. Don't you feel bad taking people's homes? God, no. I am getting my land back one house at a time.
Sad. I got a crazy baby mama. Insanely crazy baby mama. One day she decided that she's going to be a lesbian. That's her business, whatever you into. It's just kind of curious to me that every relationship she in, the person she with looked like a different celebrity. Yeah, like her first girlfriend, she looked like Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, the next one looked like Cedric the Entertainer. It was kind of strange.
Take all the carbon that's in your body, turn you into a diamond, and they give you to a relative as jewelry. That is Diamonds Are Forever at its finest. But I want to drive home tonight, and I want to hear that Shane Company commercial on the radio. I want to tune it in, and I want to hear, "There's a young man who wants to give his girlfriend an engagement ring. He's short on cash, but Grandma's circling the drain." Introducing the Grandma Cut diamond from the Shane Company.
About a year after she left, though, she started trying to rekindle the romance. And that was just never going to happen. I mean, when she left, she gave me my freedom, and if she were to come back, she would take that away. There's a name for people who give you stuff and then take it back. Yeah, you call them assholes. I don't know what you people are thinking.
I got all my wisdom tooth taken out. Yeah, wisdom teeth. Your wisdom is leaving your body now. Wisdom teeth. And I went to the dentist, and my dentist is like, felt like I was in a porn movie. I did. I felt like I was in a porn movie. He's all up on me like, "Hey, how does that feel? Is that okay? Is that all right? All right. Well, this one's kind of tough, so I'm gonna put my leg over here. Is that all right? You cool? All right. Do you need any more drugs? Are you okay?" Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby.
I thought the healthiest old person in the world, to me, that's like saying simply that you're going to be the last first person to die. You're just prolonging the inevitable. Why are you lifting, Grandpa? The Reaper.
I'm very happy right now. I've heard this, that your second wife should be your first wife because you're better suited to that person. The rough edges have been knocked off. And I tell you, I think that's absolutely true because my fiance is much younger, much hotter, and has a much better tan than my first wife. She's 22 years younger than me in black. You can't get a better tan than that. There's some differences. Like I said, there are only 4 million of us left, so I've obviously dated outside my race before. This is the first relationship, though, where I've been the pale face. That's a little weird. She loves Beyonce. I like the band Anthrax. She's trying to teach me how to Dougie. I'm caught in a mosh. That's a little weird. Our families haven't met yet. Looking forward to that in June. It's going to be a little tense, though. Her parents are both ordained ministers, so they really, really love Jesus. And my family really loves tequila, so hoping we can pass that off as sacramental wine.
No, it's different. You know, I think about the stuff that y'all have to go through now. It's a lot easier, you know. They got crazy stuff. Like you can go to the CVS and get HIV tests. I mean, the situation's totally different now. You know, hey, baby, you know, it's getting hot and heavy. You know, I wanted to let you know it's all good. You don't have to use no condoms. I got this HIV test right here. We're gonna swipe your lip. We'll turn on some Sade. We're gonna get this together. I wish I had a test for other stuff too. You know, like, can I test how many baby daddies you really got?
I was telling a buddy, though, that we're getting married. We're talking about having kids. He's like, have you really thought about this? I'm like, yeah, why? Because, I mean, if you have kids, how are you going to raise them, black or red? Maroon. Went home and I told her about it, and I was pissed. And she goes, oh, honey, don't be upset. Our children are going to be little red velvet cupcakes. I think that's worse than what he said. We have decided, though, that when we have kids, we're going to name them names that honor both of our heritages. If it's a little girl, we're going to name her Little Kim Pocahontas. If it's a boy, it'll be Tupac Sitting Bull. God, I want a son.
People ask me sometimes, they'll be like, Anthony, do you tweet? And I'll be like, yeah. But I try to roll the window down in the car, scoot over on the couch. It's rude to just tweet anywhere, you know.
You know, here's the thing. I mean, it is 2016, and I think it is time we get over racial issues in this country. I'm sick of it. I mean, I can't get into an argument with somebody without them bringing race into it. I got into an argument with a buddy of mine a couple days ago. Out of nowhere, he's like, oh, okay, go ahead, Chief Know-It-All. It's like, why don't you tell me how the white devil stealing your land makes all your opinions right? Like, damn it, man, I'm sorry, I just really think the Baconator is better than the Big Mac.